What happens when you have a baby? Well, the first thing you have to do is name the baby. In the Maliki method, it's preferred to combine aqiqah and the announcement of the naming on the same day, which is the 7th day. But that probably would cause more confusion for people today because they expect you to have the name right away. And that's the urf and the common practice. So today we're going to name our babies right away. And then it is, of course, the haqq of the father. It's his right. While family affairs are a shura between you, because Allah mentions the Quran, وَأَمْرُكُمْ shura bainakum. Anything that has to do with the family, it's actually a shura is required between husband and wife. Even having kids and not having kids, neither one could dictate. But the moment one of them dictates, I don't want to have kids, then the wife could take that to the qadi and get a divorce, because one of the purposes of marriage is having kids. We're not talking about after 4 kids, then they have a discussion. No, in principle, mashallah, we've been married for 6 months. Let's have kids. Nah, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's a shura. The best of names are all of the names that begin with abd. And then the best of names after that are all the names that have hamd, Muhammad, Mahmud, Hamid. And then the forbidden names are names like harb, hazan, etc. War, difficulty. The Arabs used to name their boys difficult names because to scare the enemy. And they used to give the girls flowery names like Rose, Breeze, Night, like a beautiful night, stuff like that. So they give the girls beautiful names and the boys tough and mean names. But the Prophet ﷺ forbade that. Malik disliked the naming of Jibreel because he didn't like naming of angels, but he permitted names that are shared with angels and people, such as Malik itself. Malik is a shared name. Okay, the adhan and iqama is recommended, according to Nafrawi, to do both adhan and iqama, whispering one in each ear. And the Malik, we'll get a source on whether Malik discouraged it or not. But nonetheless, the latter Malikiyya, they all did it. They all practiced it because it's mustahab. It's even if see the amal judges would outweigh hadith probably in things more that are obligations and prohibitions or how to do them. But in these things, they're mustahab. So whether hadith is ahad or not, we could just do it. Forget ahad. If it's weak, we can do it. That's why I'm telling you, whenever somebody says, by the way, the hadith is weak, say, alhamdulillah, thank you for telling me, so now I can go practice it. Weak hadith only don't have anything to say with anything to do with obligations or prohibitions. But recommendations, we do them. Stories, we tell them. Tahniq is the next thing that's mustahab. And of course, you know that there's obligations, sunan, and then you have the word mustahab, nafl, mandub, all the same. It's lightly recommended. And it's, you bite into a date. Of course, you want to take the pit out. Then you rub it into the mouth, the gums, the tongue of the baby. Then you have circumcision. This is the biggest sunnah of all in Islam. So much so that Ibn Shihab az-Zuhri said that one's Islam is not complete without it. But it's a sunnah, highly confirmed sunnah mu'akkada. Its time, according to Malik, is around the time when a boy should be commanded to pray. And in Islamic Muslim cultures, around 8, 9, 10 years old, they would circumcise the boy. For 2 reasons. One, the circumcising the boy as a baby was the practice of Jews. Number 2, infection. So they used to like to do it when he was a bit older, more mature, his body's stronger. Then the poor kid would get laid down, circumcised, and then they'd hold a party for him in which he wears special clothes and he limps into the room. A lot of people in Morocco, Fez, Turkey, they all witnessed that, right? And there's special clothes that they would wear to mark now, khalas, you're circumcised now, and you have to pray now. Usually did it around age 8 or 9 or something like that. It's discouraged to do it on the day of birth of the 7th, since that was the tradition of the Jews. But today, in the hospital, you get a free circumcision. It's hard to say no to, so we like doubled the Judaism now, because we don't want to say no to the free service, right? So, so today, when you have a boy in the hospital, they'll ask you right away, and you can go have the boy circumcised, less painful for him. And the taqim, the purification from infection, is a lot stronger these days. So they just lather him with tons of I guess it's like, what do you call that stuff? That's in every house, Neosporin. Just tons of Neosporin on the boy. And it only takes 1-2 days for him to heal. Now, what else is mandub? Remember, mandub, mustahab, those things are, it means lightly recommended. So the aqiqah is mandub, and it's an obligation upon the father if he has the means. And it is 1 sheep or goat that is 1 year old. And we don't separate whether or not it's a baby boy or it's a baby girl. Same thing for us. 1 sheep or goat for either one. And like the Qurbani of Eid, it has a specific day and a specific time. And if a person doesn't fulfill that time, that day, at least, not the time, but the day, then it's sadaqah. Which is different from aqiqah. The day is the 7th day, not including the birth of the baby. If he was born after Fajr, the day of birth. So it's the 7th day, not including the day of birth. So if the boy is born, let's say 10 a.m., you don't count that day. 10 a.m. on Monday, he's born. So Tuesday is day 1. Tuesday, and then you go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is day 7. But if he's born in the nighttime, let's say he's born Sunday night or Sunday last third of the night, then Monday is day 1. All right, so let's now get to the best timing of it. It is the same time as Eid al-Adha, which is between duha and dhuhr is the time of aqiqah. That we should, the time of the slaughter. Now, unlike what many people do, the aqiqah is not a party. And why is it not a party? Unlike a wedding. The aqiqah, the meat should be delivered raw or fresh or cooked to the people. Mostly you cook it and then you deliver this meat amongst the people and you inform that I had a baby, right? And the baby's name is such and such. And the reason for this discouragement is that it could hurt the unfortunate who don't have children themselves. It could hurt the poor. It could make competition between rich and poor. Unlike though the walima for marriages, we want parties for that and walimas for that and public displays for that because of the ishhar, the obligation of ishhar. Whereas the same level of obligation doesn't exist for aqiq, for childbirth. Okay, so we actually in the Maliki school on the 7th day, you go in the morning, you slaughter, you have the guy skin it and cut it up. You go home, you cook it, and then it'll be around Asr time. You do the distribution amongst your friends, but it's not a party, a walima. Even if you don't distribute it and you just tell a few people come and there's food here in a modest way, that's not a party. Okay. Can we do aqiqah by donating online? Well, I guess it would be a wakil. You're basically saying, can I get a wakil to slaughter for me and distribute for you? I guess so, but you have to do it on the same exact, you'd have to ensure that they're actually doing it properly at that time, the Maliki school. It's considered just like Eid, the Qurbani of Eid. There's a time to do it. Taslim, we're a religion of Taslim. If that's what God and his prophet want, that's what God and his prophet want. But keep in mind, it is a sunnah. If he doesn't do it, he's not sinful. If he can't do it, if it's a hardship for him to pay $400 and spend the day cooking, he doesn't have to do it. It is also lightly recommended to shave the baby's head on the 7th day as well, and to weigh it and compare that to gold or silver, and then to distribute the money as a sadaqah, to distribute the value of that in money. So let's say the hair is going to be so small. The weight is like very minimal. It's like such a small amount of money. And then you weigh it take its weight in gold, and then you distribute that amount of money in sadaqah.